Hey everyone, it's Mike from Mike's Metalworking, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a coin out of a low melting point metal like bismuth, pewter, tin, and many more. A nice chunk of bismuth right here. Bismuth has a much lower melting point than metals like copper, iron, gold, silver, aluminum, zinc, a good chunk of them. Here's that bismuth from before. Use my temperature gun. And it's at about 25 degrees today, 24 and a half. It's a pretty warm day, but bismuth melts at 271 degrees Celsius. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a blowtorch that I have off screen, heat this graphite mold up until the temperature gun registers 300 Celsius. Because once metals begin to melt at their melting temperature, they're not fully runny yet. It usually takes a little bit more heat to really get it to spread out evenly into all the little nooks and crannies in one of these molds. For the mold today, I'm going to be using one of these Anglo-Saxon molds from Timeless Foundry. He's got a channel here on YouTube as well. I'll link the information in the description of the video. So yeah, this is one of his Anglo-Saxon designs, and I'm going to heat this up to 300 Celsius to give it a little bit of wiggle room to make sure all of that bismuth can really get down in there. And then once this reaches 300 Celsius, I'm going to place the bismuth in there, not with my bare hands. I'm going to place the bismuth in there and see how much it fills up the mold. And if I need a little bit extra, I have some of these little beads that I made by melting bismuth into water. You can see the moisture evaporating from the mold. Even if you're melting metal that's already fully liquid and pouring it in here, you have to heat up your graphite molds. Otherwise, all of this bismuth, if you would have dropped it in there while there still had moisture, it would have splattered everywhere. Not a good time. So let's check. About 80 Celsius. Still a bit to go. Now that all the bismuth is melted, there's a couple different ways to do this. I just like to use the very tip of the blowtorch and just kind of gently agitate the coin mold. This can break up some of the oxide that might form on the bottom, and it will allow all of that molten metal to get into all of the little individual details, leading to a much cleaner casting. So I like to tap it, then to fire up the torch. One last heat. Everything perfect. And then I let it sit. Another optional step, if you're using metal that isn't as clean as just a pure chunk of bismuth, is you can take a piece of copper, just like a piece of copper or steel or something like that, and use it to sort of scrape the slag off the top. Still pretty hot. Again, gloves come in handy. I tried to tap it out, didn't come out. Dump the whole thing into this little pot of water. When the graphite molds are this cool, like only around 100 Celsius, the risk of thermal shocking and cracking them is pretty much close to zero. I've done this for years and I've never once had any issue with it. So let me put this down and then I will check to see what the coin looks like. And here she is right out of the mold. There's some oxides and other probably graphite powder mixed in with some of the water that I need to clean off. But once I do, this is gonna look perfect. This came out so well. When I shine the light on it, you can see how crisp that pattern came out. And again, this is one of the Timeless Foundry coins. Absolutely love this stuff. Best historical molds in the game. And here it is. So you can see bismuth is a tiny bit brittle, and as I was trying to get it out of the mold, this tiny bit flaked off. Adds a bit of character. So yeah, I hit this with a wire brush. Did that on both sides, and then the wire brush left a little bit of a rough finish, so I took a Dremel to the surface and cleaned it up. Yeah, bismuth is a weird material to polish because it's both brittle and soft. So it's definitely a challenge to work with, but I mean, as you guys can see, the results speak for themselves. It makes phenomenal coins, especially when they're cast in this method too. So yeah, so for one last thing, make sure to wear protective gear. I was wearing a respirator and goggles when I was doing this. I was also inside a garage. So if you're doing this outside and it's windy, it's fine. You can just wear goggles. And make sure to wear gloves too. This molten metal, if it gets on your hands, is no bueno. Anyways, hope you guys liked it. Cheers. Hope you have a great rest of your day.